The day was 20th of August 2022. I was at a large local figure drawing event called Kumu Epic Draw Event. There were over 100 people gathered in a large hall, and we were all drawing live nude models. I thought I'd do like a little YouTube meetup even. However, nobody showed up. At least nobody recognized me. This video was almost done, but yesterday night at 4 AM I had this idea. Hey, I need to spice this video up, so what better way to do that than to turn it into a tier list? So live Chala reaction down here, and then we'll rank every page. First at the top is the best of the best Instagram post worthy. I would post it online as a post on my feed. Next up, Instagram story worthy. Basically the same thing, I would post it online, but only for 24 hours. Next up, we have overall good, but wouldn't post online. Things that are redeemable, but they aren't like super noteworthy. Next up, we have C tier. Some good parts, but mostly bad. Things that are like 50-50 split between good and ass. Next up, we have mindless or awful execution. So this is when you whip out your sketchbook on a whim and start sketching some random shit without putting any thought into it, or just things that are completely failed. And lastly, we have burn the whole page. So let's watch the shit. This was a little warm-up I did before the event from imagination, trying to get my anatomy juices flowing. It's alright, for having been done from imagination, it's pretty good. I would put it in Instagram story worthy. So we started out with like 2-minute poses, kind of ass. I'm not a big fan of doing things like gesture drawing. I like going all in immediately. This is as much as you'll be able to get within that time. It's kind of mid, I don't like it. It's got some good parts, but mostly bad, I would say so. So then, 5 minutes, kind of nice. I like this hand. Maybe I would put it in my story if stories only showed for like 5 hours. I mean, okay, I'll put it in here. This can't be 5 minutes, right? I'm not sure. I like the hand over here as well. Like, the guy was covered in tattoos. I think it looks cool, but for figure drawing, it's not very practical. I would put it between B and C, but yeah, I wouldn't post this. I would put it in B tier. Although a lot of people there did more artistic things. They're just there to make beautiful pieces. But that was not my intent. I was there to simplify anatomy, remember forms and shapes into my memory. I guess I would post it on my stories. Do difficult angles like this. I remember vividly drawing this curve from the rib cage and the stomach, pelvis area, transitioning, god damn it, into the leg. Not that good. I don't like these. Yeah, it's some good parts, but mostly bad. But this one right here, wait, I can't tell the orientation of the sketchbook. I don't know which way is right side up. But anyway, this one is nice. This one, not as nice. I don't like the face, although the faces aren't really the focus anyway. Yeah, it's Instagram story worthy. It's pretty okay. When you do occlusion shadows under the body, that makes it look very three-dimensional. These types of poses, they're very strange. Maybe it helps with drawing dynamic poses from imagination or whatever, but I don't know, like, it's just odd. Yeah, this one, it's just the pose itself is so odd that I wouldn't post it in my story, but otherwise, technically, it's well made, so B tier. Okay, so I actually marked 2 and 2 here, so that means 2 minutes. Cool. Yeah, it's okay, but it's nothing noteworthy. Another 2-minute one, a male, did not have enough time. Yeah, yeah, it's mostly bad. It's actually, I'm gonna put this in the D tier. I don't like this. 5 minutes, I assume. This one probably 2. Like, I only had time to draw 1 arm, half a leg, half a face, 25% of the torso. Yeah, these are nice though. I like these two. You can really feel the masses. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Instagram is story worthy. The head should be scaled up. Would do that if I were on an iPad or whatever, but no, this is analog. Yeah, analog, not traditional. It's some good parts, but actually I'll put this in D tier as well. Yeah, the lines on this dude here are, however, kind of clean. Although I don't know what happened here in the stomach area. That doesn't look right. Yeah, it's good, but wouldn't post it online. Okay, so these are like, what, 10 minutes? I don't know what that thing she is holding is. Looks like a carrot or something. To be honest, I feel like I could have done better for like 10 minutes, but it's story worthy. Too much movement, yeah, I agree with that. Like, the proportions are all off because the model was moving constantly. I actually like the hair shapes in this one. She was wearing like a very long wig, but the rest is not good. So some good parts, but mostly bad. 2 minutes again. I assume I had time to draw one arm. What is this? Yeah, that's going in mindless or awful execution. But anyways, more of that Viking helmet guy. It's probably not a Viking, it's like a Roman helmet. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. This one in particular is nice. Like, I didn't have enough time to draw everything, but it actually kind of works in my favor this time. It looks kind of intentional and artistic. This one also kind of nice. I like the shoulder that's poking out a little bit of exaggeration action. It's got redeemable parts. I would post this on my story. Surprisingly enough, this has got the biggest selection of things so far. This one is ass. I don't know what happened with her face. She looks like she's just come down from heroin. Yeah, this one is going straight in the D tier. But yeah, this one kind of good. The stomach is poking out a bit too much. It didn't look like that in real life. Otherwise, I think the line quality on this is pretty good quality. I don't know about this one. I have mixed feelings. I would put it in the C tier, actually. Between B and C. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Dual models. I had time to do a little bit of shading. Hatching, I don't know. It's not the real shading. It's just indicating form with lines. It's pretty okay. I mean, B tier again. Am I moving backwards or forward? Okay, so this is the last drawing from the event. 10 minutes, kind of messed up a lot of proportions. Like drawing straight lines without the ruler of any kind. Trying to get the arms to interact with it on a timer. That was tough. Yeah, this one is a miss. It's going in C tier. The event ended and there was an after party. And I attended that as well. We had like 2 anime cosplayer type models in there. Yeah, this is actually one of my favorites from the entire day. Like everything is kind of working in my favor here, like the face, the hair shapes, the body. And this is pretty good as well. If the face is good, like everything else becomes more excusable. It's Instagram story worthy. I would say that. Okay, so we have those same 2 models. These are also pretty good. Pretty good line quality on this one. Simplification of the fingers on the hands. That looks cool. Although the forearm, not so much. What the fuck happened there? It's also story worthy. Overall, the execution is good. Okay, this one is kind of a miss. Yeah, it is a miss. It's some good parts, but mostly bad. The body proportions are inconsistent across these sketches. But yeah, I mean, for the time limit these were done on, these are pretty decent. Yeah, Instagram story worthy. These are also kind of good. The arm is a little bit too long. Yeah, just because of that arm, it's going in the B tier. Last one from the entire day. Finishing off on a relatively high note. They're sitting on the same chair. One of them is sitting in the air. It's B tier worthy. Yeah, then time came to showcase our sketches. We laid them on the sand. They were sitting on sand, as a matter of fact. Since my sketches they're very clean and not very dark value-wise, there isn't a lot of shading going on. They didn't stand out. Everybody was looking at all the sketchbooks other than mine. Like mine was the most unnoticed one. I had to look at other people's. I had to pretend I'm interested in looking at them. But anyways, that's about it for that event. And that takes up like 1/3 of the sketchbook or something, 1/4. Moving on. Next day, I was at home trying to remember what I had drawn from imagination, do some sketches from my head. I like this leg. Don't like a lot more. Don't like a lot more in it. It's some good parts, but mostly bad. It's going in straight into the C tier. Another like sketch from Pinterest. Tried to get it as clean as possible. Yeah, it's good. However, some things are holding it back. It's almost post-worthy, but it's still going in the A tier. Physically impossible pose. Yeah, another one from imagination. Yeah, it probably is. I tried to act this pose out later after drawing it. Like the twisting and the turning of the body parts is impossible. So that's something you should look out for. You should test if the dynamic pose you're drawing is actually physically possible. Mindless or awful execution. Wouldn't even put it in the C tier. Anyway, we got some faces. Another face from imagination. I actually like this. This is quite nice, clean. I like the hair shapes, like the little hoopy earring type thing. Yeah, I mean, if I were to polish this up, this would be post-worthy, so I'm gonna put it in the S tier. This is one of my favorites from the sketchbook, especially considering I did this from imagination. Yeah, these are kind of ass. Yeah, these are a miss. Awful execution. Another one from reference, like a little stain going on here. What the fuck? Okay, yeah, the lines are clean. I like it. I think this is a successful sketch. Yeah, successful it is. This is going also in the S tier, one of my favorites. Very clean. Maybe some modifications on the face would be necessary, but otherwise it's remarkable. However, this one is kind of mid. I like the shoulder and like the deltoids. This is imagination, by the way. But the back arm, that's complete failure. I'm not very confident in back anatomy yet. Try to do one from reference over here to see what that looks like in reality. This guy is cool. Elongated face, like elongated musk. It's some good parts, but mostly bad, to be fair. It's not D tier though. I like the elongated face. I'm moving backwards. Hands, Coterie ink studies 1, 2, 3, 4. Those were done from his images, his drawings. Sometimes it's not important to study reality. Sometimes it's more important to study how other artists that you look up to interpret reality. Okay, hand studies and a couple from imagination, like the bottom two. It's story-worthy, I dare say it is. From reference, from like a Graphic Studio reference pack, by the way, you can use code SHALOFOLLOWERS15 to get 15% off all Graphic Studio reference packs. It's not clean enough to go in my story, like, I was just trying to do some form lines. It's not very postable, I think, but it's good though. Okay, so I did this from imagination, but I spent more time on this than I usually spend on any drawings in this sketchbook. I showed this in some video where I showed my progression. I wanted to make it look like I've improved extra much, but I spent also an extra large amount of time on this sketch, erasing and getting things right. I usually don't put that amount of care into these sketchbook drawings. They are done quickly. It's kind of good. I guess it's story worthy, but there are things that I would still like to fix about it. But we got some goblins. This is one thematic page. Like when you look around YouTube for sketchbook tours, a lot of people have like these very thematic pages where there's like one thing going on and like a lot of that one thing. That usually isn't the case in my sketchbooks, but yeah, we got one page where it actually is. We got a goblin smoking something, I don't know what that is, don't ask. Very cracked out goblin, not the good kind of crack. A goblin from reference, and this one from imagination. When I do faces from imagination, I usually end up with a very specific set of facial features, like very sharp angles, very specific type of noses and chins and mouths. Other artists draw different types. Okay, the goblin page. It's one of my favorites, actually. It's going in the A tier. Okay, another drawing from reference. From a Graphic Studio reference pack. Code SHALOFOLLOWERS15. Quite nice, quite clean. Focus was on this side of the arm. The inner side of the arm is where I lack a little bit, where my knowledge has gaps in it. It's also story-worthy. Everything is going in the A tier so far. It's a positive sign. I'm moving in the wrong direction again. God, I don't know. Like, I even started the sketchbook from the wrong side. Some level design plans for a game I'm playing, like a 2D game called Soldat 2. Maybe a lot of you know Soldat from your childhood. I did some level design for the second episode of it. It serves a very specific purpose, so it's B tier. I don't know what the fuck happened here, don't ask. Yeah, this is going in the D. We got an angry bird. He's about to be launched into a wall. Perspective from imagination. Kind of ass. I don't really like it. Very undecisive lines. It's funny. It's got some redeemable qualities. It's going in the C tier. Sketches in a cafe. It's B tier. And the worst sketchbook page award goes to... Yeah, I actually agree with the sentiment. Yeah, this has to be burned. I'm sorry. Not sorry at all. What the fuck am I saying? Maybe this should be for the patrons. I did that last time. Patreon.com/notshal. I'm gonna be posting the dirt from this video in there. Maybe even a couple extra ones that weren't in this sketchbook actually, because why not? Thumbnails for that one commissions video where I drew that one dragon. Yeah, the dragon warm-ups. C tier worthy. Study from some other artists whose name I forgot. Yeah, I only showed one drawing from that page. The rest is complete ass, so this goes in the burn, the old page. That one study doesn't redeem the entire page. Yeah, another study trying to take influence from his style. I liked how he drew this one very specific mouth shape, like a P. And then one line for the nostril and the edge of the nose, like I usually do that with 2 lines. It's kind of bad. I would put it between the C and D tier, but let's be charitable here and put it in C. It's second worst page of the sketchbook. Let's burn that one as well. Like a stretchy pose for imagination. Yeah, kind of ass. Yeah, let's burn that one as well. Some stuff from reference, trying to indicate form of the upper back. Upper back, very cool. It's not story worthy exactly, but it's not bad either. I think this was done from Anatomy 360. The perspective is completely failed on this one. Yeah, this one is a complete miss. It's awful execution. I wouldn't burn it though. Oh yeah, Colterra ink study to see how he simplifies the forms, pant folds, how he adds like a sharp corner at the edge here, how he stylizes fingers, toe fingers, like with the back of the arm, what happens when the arm is flexed in that position. This isn't the pose I would be able to draw from imagination, which is why I copied this. Yeah, I like this one. I think it's post-worthy actually, but the thing is, it's not my drawing, it's just a copy of somebody else's drawing who makes S-tier drawings all the time, so it doesn't really count. Yeah, some complete ass. I hate this 2019 style AIDS. Yeah, this is what my 2019 sketches looked like. Very rough, very undefined, very undecisive. Yeah, this is burnable. So Inktober started, I was like, damn, maybe this year. Then I did one sketch on the first day, which is actually kind of decent. I did it with the half-empty marker to create like this fading effect. I would maybe even post it on my feed if it was a little bit more refined. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the S tier. Maybe it should be in A tier instead, but I want more things in the S tier. These were done on the 3rd day, so I already failed on the 2nd. These look like complete ass. I also have written delete this in the corner. They're going into D tier. This one isn't as bad, but yeah, the ink, you cannot control the pressure at all on these. Yeah, it's going into B tier. I like how varied these results of Inktober drawings were for me. Thumbnail for that commissions video. I actually do thumbnails of YouTube thumbnails in my sketchbook sometimes. And yeah, that actually ended up working because that video actually made it into the algorithm. Like only about 20% of my uploads make it into the algo. All the rest of the videos die out within like 5 days. Which is unfortunate, but this sketchbook page, it's got some good parts, but mostly it is bad. I only like that perspective thing. We got like a Bart for no reason. Yeah, it's straight up going into the D tier. Very mindless page. Okay, so this one from imagination. Kind of nice, actually. I enjoy the way the torso looks like, the sloping or like the S curve. I draw all these anatomy sketches, right? Every time I draw them, they're just like empty, bald dudes with no clothes or whatever. So I was like, what kind of clothes could I give him? And I gave him like a caveman cloth type thing. But yeah, it's a problem I have. I like to draw anatomy or whatever, but to make them more Instagram friendly, you should actually turn them into characters of some sort. Because my sketchbooks don't have the intent of looking pretty. The intent is to solidify my visual library, and mostly on anatomy. It's just boring to look at, like naked bald guys all the time. Naked bald guys, actually some people are into that, you know what I'm saying? It's story worthy. The rest of the drawings on the page are burnable, but I like that guy so much. I don't know why I drew the head. I should have not drawn a head on this guy. Let's burn that one. So we got like a little dragon. It's this guy. I got this from a local bookstore to decorate my setup so you can see the likeness. Cool. Vibrato. This is going in the B tier. Or maybe even A tier. I don't know. More dragon head sketches. Those were actually shown in that Clip Studio Paint sponsored video, which was nice. I'm very grateful to be able to be sponsored by such a large player in the digital art field. That sounded so ingenuine. I would post this maybe if I were to consolidate the heads a bit more into like an arrangement that looks cool. But yeah, the thing is, these are all studies. These aren't my designs. So again, I'm taking somebody else's work and posting it. Okay, so this is ass. This doesn't exist. Okay, this doesn't exist either. Only this is on this page. I have this thing right now. I wanna pimp out my portfolio. Instead of creating like a million new pieces from scratch, I could also fix or improve existing pieces. This one was done in the first commissions video. I drew this thumbnail afterwards to see how I could improve the composition. The cloud shapes could arc like that around them. I don't know, just like a very rough idea. Yeah, it's going in the D tier. Sorry. Not sorry, what the who am I sorry to? Myself? Yeah, this is kind of mid. The torso, kind of nice. Rest is ass. Yeah, it's going in the D tier. Okay, so this one is for the patrons. Patreon.com/notshallow. Imagine paying to see that. Christ, don't actually do that. Okay, do it. Do it. You do want to see that. More stuff for the patrons. Pay to see. Pay to win. This guy was cool though, like the shading on the abs. This was done from reference. Kind of nice. I like it. I enjoy how this looks like the gesture is working. And we got like a sleeve with a knife. I don't know what the fuck is happening there. I like that one. That one is I would say post-worthy. Very nice. It's done from a photo. Everything here is done from reference except for that first one. More figure drawing from Graphic Studio reference packs. Use code ShallowFollowers15, by the way. Anyways, I like the shading on this foot, this leg. Kind of a miss on the torso, but on the leg it's working. It's good, but I wouldn't post it. Thumbnails. I don't even know what this was the thumbnail for. I don't remember, but I wanted to do like a splash art type thing. A potential artwork in the future. Yeah, random thumbnails. It's not comparable to the other pages. It's fine. I wouldn't post it online though. All from imagination. The arm here is working very nicely. I like the hand, but this finger ruins everything. Again, B tier. Wouldn't post it online. Too many mistakes going on to be postable. Foot and the Roblox character. Okay, so we get like a study from a 3D artwork by Doc Zenith. Really enjoy his stuff. Yeah, it's post-worthy. Work done by somebody else, and I could just turn it into a pencil drawing. But yeah, there's a lot of preparations for videos in these sketchbooks. Yeah, C tier. Okay, this one is kind of nice. This is like an old sketch that I came back to like a month ago. Started adding some shading on this, like comic book style shading. I like this one. I would post it on my store, maybe even on my feed, to be honest. I think this is an S tier. If I were to remove that skeleton and that awful graffiti, that is. Finally, something I did from imagination that's postable. Yeah, no, we're not gonna talk about this. We can talk about this, however. This is kind of interesting. I actually posted this on my story and then took it down because I was like, damn, this isn't good enough to be posted, actually. Funny story time. I really like this arm though, but this is a miss. The legs are a miss. The face isn't anything noteworthy. Yeah, I already said everything. I posted it, thought it was A tier, but then reconsidered, it's going in B. So yeah, skeletons. It was like having motivational moments. So I was like, damn, I'm gonna get back into daily anatomy studies. And then I did one day, 2 skeletons. Yeah, the skeletons are good though. I actually did post them on my story, so I'm gonna put them on here. Some stuff I did later in the day, I think. This is kind of cool actually. What the fuck? It was like done from imagination. Kind of rough again, but more decisive rough. But yeah, this was a thumbnail for a commission, which isn't on the channel yet, but it may be in the future. So some thumbnails and one random anatomy sketch. It's good. Wouldn't post it online though. Okay, so anatomy studies, day 2. Visible landmarks on the surface. This also was in my story, so it's story worthy. Anatomy studies, day 3, or day 4 actually, because I skipped day 3. That's usually how it goes. Yeah, this is nice. It was also in my story. Day 4 or day 5, I don't know. I don't even know what the purpose of this is. It's just simplification. This is like very basic stuff, but sometimes you gotta go back to the basics, you know what I'm saying? I posted it on my story, but I'm thinking right now that maybe I shouldn't have. This isn't really useful either, but it's cool to look at, I suppose. Maybe not super practical as a study. Yeah, I like it. It's not post-worthy, it's story-worthy. Okay, so more perspective from imagination. Just started out with a face and then started expanding downwards. And it's like, this is a cool anime face, not so cool anime face. This is wouldn't post it anywhere. It's not bad either though, so it's going into B tier. Very even split between A and B tier right now. More simplification, like visualizing. Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb. That's all I had to say. Nice. It's not bad, it's just boring. I'll put it in a C tier for that. Some more ants over here. Yeah, that one can be burned, I think. Okay, so some slice throws. This is actually useful as a study. This is saves the forms into your mental library. It's kind of cool. Looks like a medical chart of some kind. I like that one as well. I did post it on my story, so there it is. I was gonna do layers, like a skeleton, and then layers of muscles starting from the deepest muscles. But I need like 50 skeletons, so it's not really a good use of my time to draw the skeleton out every time. I should just print out like 50 skeletons and then draw the muscles on top of those. And then the anatomy studies have stopped there ever since. But yeah, this is but this one, however, is nice because I like the lat muscle coming from the back. That's nice. This is all from imagination, like a dynamic pose. Thumbnail. If you want to do dynamic poses, I recommend doing them small like this. That way you can keep track of the entire thing without getting lost in the details. I'ma put this in the C tier. But yeah, then we reached the end of it. I like some more thumbnails for commission for a company. I'm not sure how much I can talk about it, so I just won't. This has been a tier list, my first tier list experience. Let's review the results. A lot of pages in every tier actually, which is interesting. I thought it would be a more even split. No, I mean less even split, what am I saying? 8 postable pages, a lot of story-worthy pages, a lot of non-postable but good pages, a bit less good but bad, almost the same amount of mindless pages, and almost a full row of burnable pages, which is cool. It's not cool, but hey, you gotta make some shit as well to get some gems, so this is a statistical representation of that.
Buy my shirts right now, or else.
Bruh, check out my SoundCloud.
Hey kid, wanna buy some reference packs? I got you covered, fam.